Hello students, in this session we will discuss the surge impedance and wave velocity of both the overhead transmission line and the commercial cable. Okay, such kind of questions may be asked in your interview or your competitive exam. So let us discuss the surge impedance and wave velocity for first the overhead line. For the overhead line, so for the overhead line the surge impedance, and we know very well the equation for the wave velocity which we have derived in our previous theory, which is v is equal to 1 divided by under root L by C, under root LC, and surge impedance, or I can say characteristic impedance of the transmission line or an overhead line, is defined as ZC is equal to under root L divided by C. So using this equation we will derive the, or not derive, I can directly write the answer for the wave velocity of overhead line and the surge impedance loading. So generally the wave velocity for the overhead transmission line, you can say V is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, or I can write 300 meter per microsecond. Clear? Yes, if you wish you can write, where here for overhead transmission line L is equal to 0.5. These all are the equation you have derived in your first power system, means power system 1, where you have studied distribution system. Okay, so 0.5 plus 2 ln 2h by r bracket complete into 10 raised to minus 7 Henry per meter. Okay, and the capacitance of that overhead line, which is 10 raised to minus 9 divided by 18 ln 2h by r Faraday per meter. Clear? So using these two values we will get the velocity of an overhead transmission line is equal to 300 meter per microsecond. Okay, same way we can calculate the surge impedance for the overhead transmission line, which is under root L by C is equal to 60 ln 2h by r. Unit is ohm, and generally the surge impedance of transmission line lies in the range of 400 to 600 ohms. Generally it lies between 400 to 600 ohms. By substitute this value of inductor and capacitor in this both equation, we will get the wave velocity and surge impedance loading for the overhead line. Next is for the cable. So I will directly just write the equation for the L and C in the case of cable, as we have already written for the overhead transmission line. So for the overhead, yes, these two are equation will remain same for the velocity and surge impedance. Okay, so here just directly write the equation for the impedance offered by the cable, inductance offered by the cable, which is equal to ln R by R into 10 raised to minus 7 Henry per meter. And same way the capacitance is offered by this cable, which is K into 10 raised to minus 19, 10 raised to minus 9 divided by 18 ln R by R Faraday per meter. So you will get the final answer for the cable is the wave velocity of propagation on a cable is about 1/2 to 2/3 of overhead transmission line, which we have derived over here. Yes, here it is. So it is 1/2 to 2/3 of overhead transmission line for the wave velocity. So the wave velocity of cable is 1/2 to 2/3 of an overhead transmission line, and the surge impedance of a cable, which is ZC, is around 50 ohm, nearly equal to 50 ohm for the cable. Clear? So I hope you have clear for the surge impedance and traveling wave velocity for the overhead transmission line and cable. Next theory for the session is specification of the traveling wave. Specification of the traveling wave. So the traveling wave is specified. Let me use different color. Yes, traveling wave is specified in four different specification. So before starting, just draw the traveling wave for the transmission line. Here on x-axis it is a time which is in millisecond, and on y-axis it is the magnitude of the traveling wave, whether it is a voltage wave or the current wave, E or I. Clear? So there are four specifications. The first one is, I will indicate over here. The first one is, let me use for the indication different color. So the first one, which is front. Yes, the first one is front of the wave. Not actually front, but yes, this is crest. Front, crest, and the tail. front, crest and tail, which is at about 0.3, 0.5, 0.9 and 1 magnitude. It started from 0, and here on x-axis it is the time of traveling wave, which is t1. Clear? And this extension is denoted as O1 or 0, 1. So let's start one by one discussion of all the specification of traveling wave. So this is the general diagram which shows the specification of traveling wave. So the first specification of traveling wave is crest. So the crest is maximum amplitude. Crest is denoted as maximum amplitude of the traveling wave. You can write maximum amplitude of the traveling wave. Crest is the maximum amplitude of traveling wave, and it is generally expressed in kilowatt or kiloampere. So if it is a voltage wave, then if it is the voltage wave, then it is represented or expressed in kilovolt, or if it is the current wave, then it is represented as kiloampere. So the first specification is crest. Next, the second one is front. To understand the traveling wave, there are different specification of traveling wave. So the first one is crest, second one is front. So the front is the portion of wave before the crest. The front is portion of wave before the crest. Yes. Okay. The front is portion of wave before the crest. You can write portion of wave before the crest, which is known as front of the traveling wave, and it is expressed in microsecond, sometimes in microsecond, but in generally it is expressed in millisecond. Clear? And the virtual front is calculated from this mathematical specification, which is 1.67 into T1, where the T1 is time of the wave, which wave is reached from 30% to 90% area, or cover the 30% to 90% of the wave. T1 is time to reach the wave from the portion of 30% to the 90%. Okay, and the extension of this a straight line, yes, this one of the front, extension of this straight line, which is indicated dotted blue, and we'll get a new point O1, which is your virtual zero, because the actual zero is started over here somewhere at origin, but with respect to front, the virtual origin is O1, which we get after the extension of the straight line of the front. Clear? So next is, I hope you are clear about the front of the traveling wave, which is the straight line or the portion before the crest of the wave. Next is tail. So the tail is the portion beyond the crest. Let me show you in diagram. Tail is portion beyond the, yes, this portion is known as tail. Portion beyond or after the crest. Right? Tail is the portion beyond the crest. It is expressed in microseconds. It is expressed in microsecond. It is also defined as from the beginning of the wave to the point, from the beginning of the wave to the point where the wave has decreased to half. The wave has decreased to half of its crest value. So at that point we can consider as a tail of the wave. Clear? And for the wave having a slow initial rate of rise, the tail time is measured from the virtual origin to the 50% of the value on a tail. Clear? Next, the fourth one is polarity. The fourth one is polarity. So in polarity, the crest of voltage or current, it may be a positive or may be a negative. Clear? So these four are the specification for the traveling wave. Crest, it shows its maximum amplitude of the wave, whether it is a kilowatt or kiloampere. Front, the portion of wave before the crest. Clear? Or I can say 30 to 90% of the straight line of the traveling wave. Or it may be defined as 1.67 times of the T1, where T1 is time taken of the wave to reach from 30 to 90%. Next is tail, which is the portion after the crest or beyond the crest, and it is generally represented as microsecond. Clear? Or you can consider as a half of the portion of the crest from the beginning is known as the tail. Clear? Next, specification of traveling wave can be read as, say, if it, for example, if it is given that a voltage wave having such kind of specification plus 100 slash 1.0 slash 20.0. So this specification can be read as the plus 100 means, plus means the polarity, which we have already discussed, whether it is a positive and or negative. So plus means positive 100 kV, as it is voltage wave. So the a transient of positive 100 kV, which is its crest. The first one plus 100 shows its crest has a 1 microsecond front. The second parameter over here is can be read as its front. 100 kV crest, or I can read as a voltage wave or a transient voltage wave having a plus 100 kV crest, or I can say maximum amplitude, and 1 microsecond of front, 1 microsecond of front, and the last one can be read as its tail, having a tail of 20 millisecond. So I can read the whole specification as a transient voltage wave having 100 kV positive crest, has a 1 microsecond front and 20 millisecond tail. So such kind of question may be asked in your competitive exam to define or explain the specification of the traveling wave. I hope you have clear up to this.